Bless up, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl, and Isabel Rose. And in this one, big school feud between the principal and the chairman of the St. James High School. Ministry of Education intervenes. As well as JFJ is alarmed at the 163% increase in police killings. Commissioner reports same. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Notification shout out goes to Rumba Time. Big up yourself, Rumba Time. Thanks for the continued support from each and every one. And so, kick it off the first segment. The school feud at the St. James High School between the principal and the chairman resulted in the school being closed today. And it is said that a parent-teacher association sent out a closure notice to parents advising that it cannot ensure a conducive learning environment until grievances are fully addressed. And this has been an ongoing contention for the past 3 years. It is said that the principal Joseph Williams and chairman Christopher McCurdy, and for those who don't know who Christopher McCurdy is the same one who calls himself Choppa John West from the chopping block. And there was some brawl at the school Monday, and the principal gave his take where he says, "We were having a staff meeting here this morning. McCurdy came and he disrupted the staff meeting. When we asked him to leave so that we could have the staff meeting, he said he would not. I had to call off the meeting, and when I did that, no, he threatened me. He came pointing to my face in a threatening manner. It was quite upsetting. Even the students came and they were up in arms and said that he needs to go." Principal Joseph Williams said the police were later called in and disgruntled staff only went back to work after he appealed to them to do so. Now, McCurdy, that's Choppa John West, gave his take of the whole scenario and stated that Williams was the aggressor. He said since late last year, Williams had an issue with him being board chairman. He said tensions escalated in February after it became evident that he was returned as chairman and alleged that placards were placed at the school gate. McCurdy said when he showed up at school on Monday, Williams threatened to hit him with a bottle, and some staff members also issued threats against him. And so, Choppa John blamed the principal, Mr. Williams, and Mr. Williams blamed Choppa John. Now, this is the very same Choppa John who went away after the whole 2016 election, and he came back. And him hold couple government posts. So he's the chairman of the St. James High School, and he's also the project manager at the Cornwall Regional Hospital. So him have a whole heap of government, portfolio under him belt. And so when we have schools being disrupted, parents have to out there and work. And when we look, chairman and principal causing the schools to be closed, it does not look good any at all. I'm about to show you one video right now with the big brawl, right? And the school is basically divided right now. Educators have been divided into two distinct factions at the school. You have a group comprised of about 12 teachers who refuse to be cowed by the school principal. And the principal has branded that group as the evil squad. So I don't know what is really going on right now in Jamaica. The teachers are restive over salaries, retroactive payment that's due unto them. A whole heap of other sectors are restive, on sick out. And when we have another issue like this, chairman and principal, school being divided. ABR family, check out the video here and tell me what you think. Now, the Ministry of Education has basically intervened, and Dana Morris Dixon says that they acknowledge the unfortunate breakdown in leadership that has disrupted the school's operation and recognizes the need for immediate and long-term solutions. It says the executive director for the National Council of Education has been deployed to St. James High School to meet with the school administration and other stakeholders. The acting chief education officer, Terrian Thomas Gale, and the regional director, Michelle Pinnock, have also been deployed. Morris says the issues at St. James High bring into sharp focus the importance of clear governance structures in educational institutions. She says it's important to give greater support to the operationalization of the leadership and governance structure within schools. Under no circumstances should school leaders be at odds, she says. Those disputes ought not to deprive students of even one day of learning. She says the situation at St. James High School is not the example that should set for students. So this has gone on for approximately 3 years now, and nothing has been done from the get-go. Thus we have a big JLP activist / blogger acquiring so much government posts. And we have him and the principal at odds, and no solution can come even after 3 years. Let us see how best they will work this out, but this should not be a factor that prevents our children from going to school. What says you, my ABR family? Drop that in the comment section. Moving right along, we see the Jamaicans for Justice, JFJ, alarmed at the rise in police killings of about 163% compared to the same time last year. And so it stated that 51 police shootings have occurred since the start of the year. And all we can hear is that they are gang members, they are gang bangers, and they are contesting the law enforcers, in heavy firing and all of that. So then me want to ask, if it is so, why we not hear of none of the police them being grazed with any bullets or anything of that sort? Right? But we're seeing Jamaicans for Justice President Michael Jackson run out, and me make only hear what she say, and then the Commissioner of Police, Kevin Blake, run out and trying to basically downplay or refute what Michael Jackson had to say.
The surge in security force fatal shootings has reached an alarming and quite frankly intolerable number. The year-to-date total of police fatal shootings more than doubles the figure for the same period in 2024. This sharp increase is deeply concerning and unacceptable in a democracy. It is certainly unacceptable when one considers Jamaica's population size. If this trend persists, Jamaica risks regressing to the dark days before the establishment of Indicom, when accountability for such incidents was virtually non-existent. If this trend persists, Jamaica risks eroding the gains that we have made since the establishment of Indicom, and certainly the gains that we have made in human rights for the past decade. If this trend persists, we see the possibility of us recording significantly high number of police fatal shootings, the highest that we have seen in over a decade, because since the start of 2025, almost every single day we have seen at least one citizen killed by a member of the security force. Again, if this trend persists, it suggests that we are at risk of having over 250 citizens killed by the security force at the end of 2025. We cannot allow this rollback of progress to continue unchecked. No, JFJ makes no pronouncements that these matters are all extrajudicial killings because we deal and look at these situations on a case-by-case basis. However, there are concerns to be had. When we look at the Indicom press releases and the Indicom's incident reports as they report them, we see a standard line. No body-worn cameras were recorded as being issued or worn by the officers assigned to these various operations. We have heard from the JCF leadership that data storage infrastructure is needed to be strengthened to have increased body-worn cameras be procured and deployed. However, we must demand a timeline from the JCF's leadership. We have also been told by the JCF's leadership that 750 body-worn cameras are already deployed and are being utilized. The reasonable question that one should put forward: where are the body-worn cameras in these incidents that have resulted in fatalities? We cannot allow this rollback of progress to continue unchecked. Urgent action is needed to address this crisis and uphold justice and transparency. We must uphold the rule of law, notwithstanding the high crime rate. In fact, it is in times such as these that the rule of law is what must govern our country at all times.
I've taken note of the Jamaican for Justice's condemnation of what they described as intolerable number of fatal shootings by the security forces. I strongly support the view that the number of fatal shootings is too high. However, the call is wrongly directed and should be aiming at those who make the decision to challenge a far more superior force. And so let me encourage the Jamaican for Justice to be more responsible in their public pronouncements, especially when the nation is aware of its members' proven ability to comprehend the most basic and fundamental principles of security. To suggest that fatal shooting numbers can be reduced by anything other than the unwillingness of persons being apprehended to engage in deadly confrontation with members of the security forces is irresponsible, or at best, advocating for us to relent in our pursuit. We again reiterate the point that those who seek to kill and maim will not be left free and unobstructed to hold communities at ransom and in constant fear. It means we make no apology to stand between these murdering thugs and the people of this country. We also wish to reiterate the idiocy of these criminal elements in seeking to engage the security forces with deadly force and expect not to be responded to with similar force. Ladies and gentlemen, our prisons and police lockups are fully populated with persons who have made the smarter choice of surrendering peacefully to the police. We have had well over 1,000 firearm-related arrests each year. Persons have had their day in court and have, in some instances, been freed of the charges against them. They have all lived to see another day, simply because they choose not to direct deadly force against our members. We have had police officers and soldiers killed and seriously injured in some of these confrontations. It is mandated by policy that every incident of fatal shooting must be followed by a removal from frontline duty and an administrative review. This takes police that would normally be out to protect you, the citizens, off the street. And so, yes, we agree. We need to have less fatal shootings. And so I call upon JFJ to demonstrate to the public that your care is more for the well-being of our citizens and less for the relevance of your organization. And it is hard for me to think otherwise when I know JFJ is fully abreast of the facts. Finally, as I wrap up, this constant call for there to be more accountability over the JCF is in itself a slap in the face of Indicom. Be reminded that that is their single most important mandate. And let me be absolutely clear, lest I am misunderstood or misquoted. I am a full supporter of what Indicom stands for. An effective Indicom assures me that those among us who believe that they are free to break the law will be held to account and be removed from within our ranks. The JCF's effectiveness depends on this. However, I am concerned that the JFJ supports the idea that Indicom's investigation is being hampered because we do not have body-worn camera footage to present to them, even while they have more than 60% of what is required to complete an investigation. And this includes statements from our members who are involved, ballistic information, report on the circumstances surrounding the case, and primacy over the scene. We in the JCF do not have the luxury of taking that position. So let me take this opportunity to reiterate the point that we have been making for some time. We will continue to use our superior intelligence gathering capabilities. We will continue to utilize our superior investigative capacity. We will use our superior operational capabilities, and we will go out and confront those who seek to destabilize our communities by wielding the threat of violence and terror. It continues to be our intention to bring those marauding criminals to justice so that they can have their day in court. Our track record of bringing violent criminals before a judge is beyond question. However, let me say again, when the police come for you, do not raise your weapons against us. Lay down your weapons and have your day in court. But should you choose the foolish option of challenging us with lethal force, know this: I do not train my police to lose. We have the superior training and firepower to ensure that we win every time. Let me encourage every Jamaican who truly believes in justice to work alongside the Jamaica Constabulary Force to continue our mission to bring down violent crime even further this year. And let's create a society where we can all feel safe.
Go ahead and share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me hear what you say. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel on the road to 30K and beyond. Help me to get there. Get this video to at least 4,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.